Welcome, everybody, to Dueling Aces for November 4th, 2025. And kicking off the show with me, as always, is our good friend Sam. How's it going, dude?
Well, I want to apologize to the people. We have some. This is a little announcement that I'll give for Zolt and myself. No, guys, we were not able to trade George before the 4 p.m. deadline. We had offers, but we could not find a bag of potato chips to be named later. That's what we were looking for. Somebody came in strong with a can of Pringles. I didn't think it was enough. We tried, we failed. So just like Brees Hall, you'll see a lot of cryptic social media messages from George that he's still with us on Dueling Aces. So,
Oh, ouch. Ouch. That's brutal. That is brutal.
I love you.
A bag of chips? Boy, you're being kind. I appreciate it. Shoot, last time I checked,
if somebody
there was
would
a
offer me
there was a bag of cheap cheddar popcorn. At least you upgraded to a bag of chips. I'm impressed.
hey, listen, if someone offered me a gallon of milk, I would have been doing the show by myself. Okay.
Well, you went there first.
Hey, you and I have both learned. We have been friends now for what? Going on 3 years since we've known each other.
About that, yeah.
We've both learned if we don't make fun of ourselves, it's either you be miserable about it or you just join the party and make it even funnier. That's all you can do.
Right. For sure.
Like me, I get criticized for my freaking hairline. I look like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I don't know. I think I'm a little stronger in the category.
We're approaching the Stephen A. Smith of our foreheads are going to be starting at the middle of our head soon.
Oh, that's when I just go all out and just shave it all off.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm going to go to the barber and say, "Here, do your worst."
Yeah. It's like, how low can you go?
Call me Baldy Locks.
So let's address the elephant in the room before we get to the NFL trade line. YouTube, you done foobarred.
Oh my God. Well, hold on. I'm going to let you take this part of the show over because I am still a provider of someone who has cable. So I don't have these problems. I watched the Monday Night Football last night, so I don't have any of these problems. So I really don't know the struggle that everyone else is going through, but I'll turn it over to you to let them hear it.
Well, it's because I actually had to hear it from the missus. And you know that is not good. When the missus comes in and she says all of her shows were even deleted off the DVR. And rule numero uno is the happy wife, happy life ordeal. Yeah,
I've heard.
Oh, there were let's just say there was a lot of that living room was extremely warm, and it wasn't because the heat was turned on in the house. In fact, she let me kind of know. I was like, it's okay, it'll be fine. They'll get their 24 hours, it'll be back in, it'll be back on. And yeah, it's a good thing we kind of had other plans going on Saturday, but then Saturday night kind of rolled around and then it got brought back up again. And I'm sitting there going, this isn't good. So it's amazing though, Sam. It is absolutely impressively amazing on how fast you can not only cancel YouTube TV, get your refund back for it, and then automatically sign in to Hulu Live TV for the same exact cost. Done did it in under 3 minutes. Not too shabby.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it was extremely impressive. And I was just like, okay, here you go. Now, of course, that just means she's got to learn kind of how to reuse another streaming service and kind of figure out how to record the things and everything else of that nature. But it's really, really interesting that DirecTV now also has similar streaming setup, no longer requiring a satellite dish either. So they were also giving everybody the same ordeals of, hey, guess what? We got them. Come on.
I didn't even know satellite dishes still were around.
Yeah. I was thinking DirecTV was gone by the wayside until when you kind of just bring up of streaming services, DirecTV is right there. And I thought, huh, interesting. And then I thought back to, well, didn't DirecTV have Sunday Ticket? No, the NFL flipped Sunday Ticket back in 2023, I think it was, they said. And YouTube TV now has the Sunday Ticket, not DirecTV. So until 2029, everybody's stuck with Sunday Ticket only on YouTube TV. I think that's probably going to be the end of it at that point, Sam, because somebody brought this up earlier today. Now, if, I am a person of, if I was a person of singularity, such as yourself, and for as much as you and I know that you are a big fandom of sport.
Why did you have to just put my social life on
I'm
black
just,
like
I'm
that?
just
How do you
saying.
know how
There's
do you know
no.
my
I'm just saying as far as ring wise, there is no
hold
ring
on?
attachment.
How do we know my missus is in the other room right now while I'm doing the show? We don't know what my house. I have a big house.
I wasn't gonna go there, but if you wanted to bring up about the inflatable doll, that's all you. Don't open the door. Anyways,
I'm off camera for the rest of the show.
uh-huh. That makes it worse. You know that, right? It makes it much worse.
Got make sure the closet's shut.
That's what she said. Wow, we going off the rails and we ain't even 10 minutes in.
How we are.
Anywho's, somebody brought up that they thought it was a great idea just have a streaming service with just sports. All four biggies. He said, throw golf on there. I don't give a damn. He said, throw whatever. He said, all sports, one service, nothing but our sports. College foot, all the college football, all the college baseball, hockey, basketball, soccer. It doesn't matter. All sports, one service, $100 a month. Everything. I looked right at it and I went, take my money. I'm in. If you had one streaming service, Tyler could watch his soccer. All of them from across the globe. He could watch soccer matches going on in Europe on one streaming service. And then catch Monday Night Football 3 hours later. I don't see a downside here. I don't see a downside.
If there was something like that, you know how you go into you go to rent an apartment and they always ask for like first and last month's rent, security deposit, all that. I would give them that just so I could have this. I'll give you the first 5 months of subscription. I would 100% sign up with that.
Because get this. As soon as ESPN was pulled and ABC, ESPN, the network was yanked off of YouTube TV, ESPN's app all of a sudden has appeared for $30 a month. Watch your ESPN for $30 a month. Don't miss your Monday Night Football. Excuse me, but I need more than just my ABC. And here's the weirder part. ESPN ABC also kind of owns Hulu and Disney and ESPN Plus, so something smells a little fishy there, just a little.
Something
Just a
smells
little.
fishy. Something smells fishy, and we're not in the ocean.
Yeah.
Take that however you want. But anyway, I got
It was
multiple
very
meetings.
it was very interesting to see that. And then a couple other sites trying to offer up, hey, for $40 a month, you can turn around and, we've got your NFL network and your ESPN, and tried to do a small little miniature sports package to turn around and jump onto their services. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, no, that's a rotten idea. That's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I agree.
And unfortunately, my friend Mike, he turned around and he said, this not having ABC and FX and everything on YouTube TV sucks. And I said, well, just flip over to Hulu Live. And I even did the premium to make sure of things. And he said he couldn't because he was stuck with the Sunday ticket. That's how he would catch up on all the games, on any game he wants.
Yeah.
Said, fair enough. Fair enough. I said, but you know what? Sunday ticket's just not that important to me. And Red Zone does a good enough job for me.
Yeah.
And I haven't even still caught a full Sunday of football just yet either. I'm still kind of stuck with a few things here and there.
Like, here's my thing, right? Like, I would love to have Sunday ticket. It would be the best thing ever. But like, here's the thing: I work Sundays still. I work till 2:00, so I'm already missing like the first hour of these games anyway. By the time I get home, if the Eagles are on, I'm not flipping back between games. I'm watching the damn Eagles, and then I have Fox and CBS, so I just watch whatever 4:00 games I get, and then I watch Sunday Night Football. I'm chilling every Sunday.
Or you're catching all the updates on the phone.
Exactly.
Not
to mention, if you go on and just put on NFL Network, they show you highlights from every freaking game as it is.
Correct. And they even bring in some audio live. And if you happen to be a serious person like myself, I can just dial up any of the audio I want off of any game.
Exactly.
I can do that. I can do that right off my PC or my phone as well. And it's just like, yeah, I'm still old school in the fact of, hey, guess what? The radio thing still works.
I ain't going there.
And since the Browns had a bye week and still lost, there wasn't a whole lot really to catch up on.
No, not really.
There really wasn't.
I
got to catch glimpses of the final ending of the Chiefs losing to the Bills as usual.
Pretty much.
I do appreciate the fact that you know, I think Brandon was somebody, I believe. Oh no, it was Annie. Annie turned around and started off early and was showing that, oh, that's okay, we'll beat them in the playoffs. It's like, well, Chiefs, there's a little bit of a problem. You got to try to make the playoffs. You got to get there first. So I actually,
Yeah.
I it was really intriguing to catch up on. Well, what do the standings look like? You know,
Standings, you say?
yeah. Whoops. Oop, wrong.
While
Go over
while you pull that
to
up, while you pull that up,
Yism.
I don't want to switch over to any other topics, but I just want to say that, you know, over the weekend, my Flyers had a rough weekend. We had 2 goals in 2 games, lost both games. Rick Tocchet came out and kind of challenged the leadership of the players on the team. So tonight they're in Montreal. Montreal is 9-3. They have not been past regulation yet this season and are looking like one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. The Flyers are up 3-0 9 minutes into this game.
Wow.
So for all my Flyer fans that question what's the difference between Rick Tocchet and John Tortorella, that's your difference.
Impressive.
So far, again, neither of my winter sports teams are going to be championship contenders. All I ask, can I be excited for the future? I'm pretty damn excited right now.
True. You noted last night your guys' number one power ranking team being the Patriots. It's very interesting to see that the Patriots, the Colts, and the Broncos all are sitting at 7-2.
And the
And
Broncos
those
won
are
6 straight.
not anywhere near who anybody had sitting through the first quarter of the season sitting in first place. Not
Nope.
one person can say that that's who they had. There wasn't a snowball's chance in Hades this was happening.
That's football for you. Things you change in a year. Just think of this, right? Just a very good example. Football is a year-to-year game. Look at 2016. Eagles draft Carson Wentz. He throws 16 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Eagles go 7-9. Next year, 13 wins. Wentz is the MVP frontrunner before injury. They win the Super Bowl. Things in the NFL change drastically on a year-to-year basis. Last year, at this time, Daniel Jones was released by the New York Giants. He is the heads-on favorite. All right, yes, he played a bad game against the Steelers. Okay, it happens.
Right.
He is now the favorite to win comeback player of the year.
I was going to say, I believe brought that up before. And he definitely deserves it, especially if the Colts do run away with being a number one seed.
Exactly.
You know, this is seriously strange. It is seriously strange.
And I
And
couldn't believe when we did those power rankings last night that all 3 of us had the Patriots at 1. I swore Tyler would still have the Colts at 1, even though they lost this week. But I'm not going to lie. When a certain trade went down this afternoon with the Colts, I did get an immediate text message from Tyler. I would like to change my rankings.
my number one, yeah.
I would like to switch my number 1 again.
Yeah, I was not going to be pulling the Colts out just because of I will still say it, a Halloween loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Exactly. We know the Steelers. They look great up until December, and then it all falls apart.
It was kind of funny though that I did turn around and I mean, the AFC North is just that bad this year that Pittsburgh is sitting in number one spot. It's like, interesting.
Yeah, it took for the entire Ravens defense to be on IR for that to happen.
You still got to play the games.
Exactly. And that's why when we did our rankings last night, I strictly said none of my rankings have to do with strength of schedule. Yes, I took into some quality wins. I took it to how the team has looked, but I don't care who these teams play. Last time I checked, these are all NFL football teams. I guess
Yep.
I guess you can call the Jets an NFL football team, but still, they are NFL teams. Last time I checked, everybody plays everybody every couple years. It's like this, and like at least with the NFL, there's some cases where some divisions don't play one another. Like I can't stand that with baseball now. Oh well, like the Phillies could be in first place in June. Oh, who they play? They're gonna play everybody, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Like I'm so tired of the strength of schedule shit.
I mean, when you look at this, Sam, New England and Buffalo, right now, if we looked at this schedule, who's in the playoffs? The top in each one, then Buffalo, and then the Chargers. No Chiefs, no Jags, nobody else. The Chiefs don't make it. It's like, sorry about your luck, but no, you didn't get there.
Exactly.
You know? So, hey, so far, real interesting. Let's take a look at the other side of the fence.
And real quickly, if the Chargers make the postseason after losing both starting tackles, Jim Harbaugh's coach of the year just off of that a freaking loan.
Yeah, that will be very impressive.
Because if these are not bad, these are not average tackles we're talking. These are two of the best tackles in the sport. Rashawn Slater is a top 5 left tackle when he's healthy. Joe Alt may already be one of the best tackles in football. And he's only played a year and a
half. Now to the other side of the fence. This is where it gets a little dicey.
Dicey. We have the Panthers in the hunt. What the hell's going on?
You said it, I didn't.
Well, I put them in the hunt. They're not going to get in, but they're in the hunt. The fact that they're 5-4 is amazing.
Right. But
coming off a road win in Green Bay.
And we always said that the NFC South is garbage, and well, go figure that Carolina's kind of figuring a few things out here and there. But the interesting division is the West. And of course, I've got a specific Seahawk fan underneath my roof who is giving me the business like you would not believe right now. Saying,
actually,
look who's in first. I'm like, hey, genius, wait until I've had my bye week and then we'll talk. I said, because if you go down again and the Rams go down again, I said, it's really simple. I said, it's a 3-way dance. And guess who the 49ers have beaten? Both of yous. And guess where we go back up to? Back into first place. So don't get too comfy and cozy.
Still plenty of football to play.
Lots of football to play.
I actually have a little bit of a update for your Niners. It's actually nothing bad. Well, I mean, it's not good, but it's not injury. It's a report from Jordan Schultz came out about 20 minutes ago, said The Bears and 49ers were amongst teams that tried to trade for Jets pass rusher Jermaine Johnson. However, New York's asking price for him was a second round pick. Neither team met that price. The Bears went over to the Browns and got a defensive lineman there. San Fran did acquire Keon White from the Patriots a couple days ago, so they chose just to stand pat. I'm sure they wanted to add another one after Michael Williams went down with an injury, but just thought I'd throw that out there for you.
Yeah, it's John Lynch is kind of sitting there going, we know we've got certain depth. We've got depth in areas, and it's just like, let's see kind of what plays out. Are we that, the one thing that I like about Lynch is I'm sure Jed York is sitting there going, yeah, let's, and then John's going, no,
Shut up.
sit down. Let me
Sit
do
down,
my
let me
job.
do my job.
Just sit down. Just sit your butt down. Just sit down. He's got to treat him like he's a 5-year-old. Just sit there. Strap him in the chair if you have to, John. Jesus.
I bet the Cowboys wish they could do that with Jerry Jones.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Even
But
though I'm not
you
gonna,
don't have to have a knee-jerk reaction.
No.
Just because it's the trade deadline. Dude, chill. It's a trade deadline. It's not like it's the end of the world.
No.
It's not like you have to do something. I mean, there's a lot. The chill off the lake off of Cleveland came backwards, and it's like, wow, the fans are peeved. They wanted something done in Cleveland. Why?
What were they going to do?
What were they going to do? I'm sorry, were you looking for somewhere to make improvement, and did you have money or anything to go with it to go get things?
No.
I mean, as you brought up earlier about the Brees Hall thing, I'm sitting there going, well, that came out of the left field. I mean, yes, I understand that the Jets are giving a few pieces away, but
what happened today with the Jets was the start of the fire sale. And it's going to continue into the offseason.
I don't know. I mean, Sauce has been back and forth. So guess what? I don't treat that as a loss, dude. I really don't.
Trading away at worst, trading away one of the 10 best corners in football is not a loss.
Would you consider Ramsey still in that category?
I've never really had Ramsey in that category, so.
Okay, some people have. I'm just saying.
I've liked Ramsey. If he was ever in that tier, I've had him towards the back half of it. I've definitely never. I think some people tend to overrate Jalen Ramsey.
Okay.
Now I'm not saying Sauce is the best corner in football, but at worst he's in the top 10. I understand the first 2 seasons he was probably the best. He was probably the top 2. I understand the last couple of years have been a little inconsistent with injuries and all, but you know what? Maybe for someone like that this is what you need: a change of scenery. I mean, let's be real.
Again, remember, it's an again because he was with the Saints for a cup of coffee.
The whole thing is just the Jets are clearly realizing that they are not there. They have tried this game 1,000 times. They keep getting it wrong. And honestly, they got a great haul back for all these players. 2 first-round picks for Sauce is great. The return for Quinton Williams was great. Here's the problem. The NFL is a very strange game. Here's the problem with what people around the NFL talking about the Jets have. They keep saying, oh, well, the Jets have had one of the best defensive units in football for a couple years now. They've got premier talent. They have this. They have that. Do you understand that you could have the greatest defense of all time and it will not matter because the most important position on the football field you can't get right?
Fair
So
enough.
guess what? If I'm the Jets, I'll say one thing: they're hitting home on something. No pun intended. That offensive line's getting good. Fasanu, Membu, Anthony. You guys traded a third, a fifth, and something else for aging Marshawn Lattimore. Get out of here.
What's up, Anthony?
Anthony knows I will. Anthony always gives me a comment that I just strike back at him with something. I don't know why. But all right, Anthony, give me this then. Give me every corner in the league that's better than Sauce that is worth 2 first-round picks. That's how we'll settle that. I want to know how many corners are worth 2 first-round picks. Anyway, but the Jets have one really good thing coming out for them. Their offensive line is actually pretty good. Membu is turning into one of the better young tackles in football. Fasanu is a very good left tackle. I should know this. I'm a Penn State fan. I watched him play. They are turning into a really good duo of tackles. Their interior guys, if Vera Tucker could stay healthy for 3 damn years, great interior guy. Tippmann, great center. This year, though, he's had to play guard because they lost Vera Tucker, so Myers has been playing center. But that group of offensive linemen have been playing pretty well this year. You still have Garrett Wilson. I think he's safe. Breece Hall, I think that's going to be the next big offseason trade. And now, just think of this, right? George, when you're not bad enough to be number 1 or number 2 overall, how are you supposed to get a quarterback? Here, I'll give you here. Let me give you a better example. Let's look at Anthony.
Who are the 5?
Anthony. I want the 5. I don't care how many. Look, if Sauce Gardner if you think there are 5 corners better than Sauce Gardner, then I will gladly. If he is 6, whatever. I want to know who the 5 are.
Yeah,
but. Let's go example. Rams, 2015, they needed a quarterback. Eagles, 2015, needed a quarterback. Those teams were picking like 12th and 13th in the draft that year. They were bad, but not bad enough to get their franchise quarterback. What did they do? They both moved up to 1 and 2. But how are you going to get to number 1 or number 2? You got to trade multiple first-round picks. Funny. You got 3 of them today. If I am the Jets, I am packaging at least 2 of those first-round picks, and I'm moving up and getting a quarterback. Ty Simpson, Mendoza, I don't care. This team needs a damn quarterback. They are never going to be relevant until they get that position right. Sauce Gardner, Quentin Williams can anchor that defense for 5 more years. It wouldn't matter.
Well, right now, the Jets, by winning, they kind of blew it with the first overall pick.
What do they got? 1 win?
Yeah.
You could still sneak it in there.
Well, I believe it's now, is it Tennessee or New Orleans who's got it? Let's see. Yep, it's Tennessee, then the Saints, then the Jets.
All right, well, we know Tennessee's not taking a quarterback.
Saints, Jets, Dolphins, Giants. Jesus, the Giants, really?
Okay, but the Giants and Titans aren't really after a quarterback. They got their quarterbacks. Yes. So it's going to be the Saints and the Jets. The Saints will probably they'll take one of the two, and then the Jets will get the other. But either way, if the Jets walk out of the draft, and now this is if he declares, if that quarterback's Ty Simpson, they may be in pretty good shape. Go watch Alabama. Ty Simpson's a good quarterback. Hell, you want to keep Justin Fields around one more year and have him be like the bridge quarterback to him? Do that. I don't care. Ty Simpson, it could be a good quarterback.
How weird would it be the Saints get the first crack at picking a quarterback and they pick Arch? How weird would that be?
George, please pull that damn comment up.
Yep, there you go. I can go with the 2 out of the 5.
All right, hold on. I will give you Ward.
Yeah, that's the one. Him and Surtain, I would give him.
Surtain, I'll give you 5 first-round picks if you want the damn thing. McDuffie, I'm a little like, it's a little weird. Like, I would maybe a 1 and a 2. Anthony, there is no way in hell that Diamador Lenore and AJ Terrell are worth more than Sauce Gardner. Get the absolute heck out of here.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And McDuffie's not, and first of all, McDuffie's not a better outside corner than Sauce Gardner. He doesn't even play there. He plays a lot of nickel. He plays a lot of safety. He's not even a standard outside corner. All right, yeah.
Wait, what
now,
kind of
see, if
sauce
you
are
would
we talking about?
NFL.
Buffalo sauce?
No.
Like sweet chili sauce? Like
no.
soy sauce?
No.
Horseradish sauce.
Breaking news, Anthony. Arch Manning was probably never coming out this year, no matter how this year went.
Right.
We've only been telling you that for a year.
But the Saints will be that bad, they'll end up getting him in a couple of years down the road.
Exactly. The Saints may work on some other areas. They may look to bolster their offensive line more. Who knows?
How dumb do you have to think? How dumb do you have to be to think that Arch Manning was actually going to come out this year?
Pretty damn dumb, because we've been saying it since the start of the season. Every single one of us on my show, this show, we've all said it. There was never a guarantee. And if there was any of a chance of him coming out, it was probably 1%. And that was before the season even started. Now that everything's happened and how the season has gone, it's definitely not now. But no, I don't know where we got to with this. With this whole, people can always just kept saying, Arch Manning's going to be number 1. No, he's not, because he's not coming out this year.
Arch Manning coming out this year would be absolutely ridiculous. Like, dude almost lost the starting job already. So
he's not ready. It's common sense. No. He's not ready.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay to it. He's still a talented quarterback, just not ready yet.
Mike's been kicking a few comments, and it's been a little bizarre because I can't see any of them coming through, which is really getting annoying. For some stupid reason, something's not public on. Of course, that's why, it's like, look, things are just getting stupid with Facebook now. It's saying that it can't see things. It's only via friends and not public. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Because everything has been public the whole damn time. So I don't understand why it says it's not. Yeah, everything It is very interesting that it is not coming up as, yeah, it's not coming up as public. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Um,
Sorry, Mike.
I,
It's really odd that they are not popping up. Mike said, heard the Browns versus Jets game has been moved to 4 a.m. on Tubi.
at least it's free.
Oh my god.
Real
Yeah,
quickly, can I just
Carly Ursay said F her draft picks. Um, if the Jets aren't an NFL team, what are the Browns? Mike, Mr. Steeler fan, just sit down and be patient. And he said 9-8, here we come. Isn't that the truth?
can you pull up Anthony's latest comment real quick, just so I can respond to that?
Yeah.
Um, good
JC
player,
Horn.
very good corner, not better than Sauce Gardner. Good player though, very good player. If I'm doing a top 10 corners list, probably like right around that, right outside of it, like if I would need like an 11 or 12 spot, he'd be in it. Very good player, but he's not better than Sauce Gardner. And I don't want to come off disrespecting Lenore either in San Francisco. He's a hell of a player.
Yeah, but still.
And here's the thing, right? Sauce is going to a talented team. That secondary is loaded with talent. That's got Kenny Moore, one of the better nickel corners in the league. They got Nick Cross and Cam Bynum at safety. They got Mekhi Blackman, who's another corner they have. They have Ward, former Niner, when he's back from his concussion. That's a talented secondary. Jets don't have that kind of talent in the secondary this year. It was Sauce, and that was it.
There's Mike. There you go, Mike. Yep, that's right. YouTube broadcast. Oh, thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you jinxing them. I really, really do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That Shaheed trade is good, man.
So yeah, pretty much the standings are ugly on the NFC side. There's nothing, there's no real. The Bucks are still the best in a worse division. The West is just beating up and trying to keep up and chase down anybody and everybody. And then everybody else is just there or along for the ride. The AFC is definitely the stronger of the two at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the AFC again, you got two teams in the East, one in the North, one in the South, unless maybe Jacksonville plays a little bit better. But until Trevor Lawrence stops turning the football over, their offense is never going to be a complete unit. The West, maybe three.
The Bills aren't running it right now.
Anthony, they're not even running it currently.
And New England owns the tiebreaker. So guess what? That's gonna suck.
I try telling people. Honestly,
Mike, it's a different ball game now. I mean, your Steelers are holding up the top end of the North at the moment because the rest of the teams just blow. I mean, yeah, that's what's going to get you to there, but it's like you said, 9-8, here you come, and get bounced out again in the first one. Anthony's saying the Bills will win the division. I don't know about them apples. We'll have to wait and see.
Patriots are winning that division.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a rounded out team, and the best part about it is you didn't have to turn around and put it together with a whole bunch of superstars. You put it together with a lot of good, solid players.
Patriots are going to win that division, and the Bills are going to be lucky to make it out of the first round of the playoffs.
Where that defense is, you're not wrong.
Well, they'll only have to sit there and play either Jacksonville or the Chargers anyway. Oh.
No, I'm not going to bet somebody I don't know $20 that I don't fucking have, dumbass.
We don't go there. We do not go there. We have the Sudbury rule on this show. We don't make those kind of bets. That's a Sudbury bet. We don't make those. We do not make those. Sorry. We definitely don't make those.
It's crazy to me that right now the Kansas City Chiefs are third in the West. With all of the sports coverage on ESPN or NBC when they do the NFL, you would think that the Chiefs are like 12-0.
Well, and like the funny thing about this is and the reason they get all the coverage is because regardless of their record, Mahomes has actually played one of his better seasons so far. The problem is the rest of the roster is so damn watered down that it doesn't matter. Like the O-line is still inconsistent. They can't run the football to save their lives. Mahomes has been their leading rusher in almost every game this year. And I don't know what happened after the Super Bowl, but that Spags defense is not looking like the old Spags defense I'm used to seeing. Mike, I haven't watched ESPN in 6 years.
No, that's because Mike has YouTube TV. Sam, this is my buddy who's still got the YouTube TV handcuffed to the ticket. Oh, that's brutal.
But no, and a big reason why the Patriots are having the year that they're having is because almost everything they did in the offseason has made an impact on their team. Let's just start with Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel gets the Patriots culture. He was a former Patriot. The guy played there. He gets the culture. He's an experienced head coach. He's not a Gerard Mayo who they clearly did not hire to be the long-term answer. But Vrabel gets it. He's been to the postseason with Tennessee with Ryan Tannehill. They were the 1 seed at one point. You go look at every defensive acquisition they made in the offseason. Milton Williams has like 4 sacks already at the defensive tackle position. Robert Spillane, they signed for him. He's the middle linebacker from the Raiders. He has 70 tackles and 3 interceptions on the year. Carlton Davis is playing a perfect number 2 corner role opposite of Christian Gonzalez when he's been healthy. This is a Patriots defense that literally drafted Keon White in the second round 2 years ago. They traded him. They gave Kyle Duggar all that money from safety. They traded him to Pittsburgh. They signed Kalavian Chason, who was a former high draft pick of the Raiders. Hasn't worked out in the NFL. He's got 5.5 sacks on the year. They signed Harold Landry, who he was in Tennessee with Vrabel. He's got 5.5 sacks. Then you go to the offensive side of the ball. Can we just start giving Travion Henderson the damn football 25 times a game? The guy just makes plays every freaking time he touches the football. Stop with the Ramondre Stevenson stuff. Henderson is the running back 1. Stop acting any different. And then if you look at their offensive line, this is what I mean about I've always been the one to say I don't like hearing about the Patriot way. I think it was a bunch of stupid crap. It was never the Belichick way. It was Tom Brady was the Patriot way. The guy took that and went down to Tampa and won another championship. He was the Patriot way. But the culture of the Patriots all those years was what? Strong defensive play, strong offensive line play. What did the Patriots do on the offensive side this offseason? All right, they signed Stephon Diggs. Okay, Diggs is what he is. He's been a solid veteran leader for that receiver.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been a solid, and he's been keeping his mouth shut.
Yeah. So he's been fine. But if you look at the offensive line, Morgan Moses is played right tackle. Now, he's pretty long in the tooth. He's up there in age. He's playing solid. They signed Garrett Bradbury away from the Vikings because the Vikings cut him to sign Ryan Kelly from the Colts. He's been really good for them at center. But the two main building blocks of that offensive line came in the draft when they took Will Campbell, number 4 overall, which, by the way, he was guaranteed to be the best player in his draft class because he's a freaking left tackle from LSU. And everyone I had to hear about was, he can't play tackle in the NFL. His arms are too short. He's got one of the best pass blocking grades in football. He's played 9 career NFL games. The only other tackles that I've seen have immediate impact on teams like that, right off the jump, Lane Johnson and Joe Alt. Will Campbell's looking like he may be just as good as them, if not better. And then another one is they drafted Jarrett Wilson out of Georgia in the 3rd round. He was a center. He had the highest pass blocking rate in college football last year. He was a 3rd round pick. He opened the year as their starting right guard. He's been amazing ever since. That's why and not to mention Drake May's playing like a freaking MVP candidate. His passer rating almost every game is over 100. He's second in the NFL in completion percentage behind Jared Goff. The only difference, Drake May doesn't have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs. That's why they're in this spot. I will take my bets with the team that can go into Buffalo and beat Josh Allen.
Jerry Jones, did he get played? Jerry Jones is getting played like a fiddle. It doesn't matter. The old man's lost it.
Why are we all like, okay, first of all, can we reiterate, I'm an Eagles fan. Who cares? They have one of the worst interior defensive lines in the league. Why is upgrading that a bad thing? He said it after the Parsons trade. He literally said, I may take these assets and I may go trade them for another Pro Bowl caliber player. Well, here you go. There it is.
Well, they're not anywhere near the sniff of the race. They're pretty far down there at 11.
Oh, I understand that, but it's not like Quinnen Williams is a free agent. He's going to be on the Cowboys for the next 2 or 3 years. I'll tell you, as an Eagle fan, I'm pissed. As an Eagles fan, I'm pissed. Quinnen Williams is a freaking problem. He's a good player.
True.
When I think of dominant interior defensive linemen, I think of Jalen Carter, Chris Jones, Dexter Lawrence, Quinnen Williams. That's who I think of. He's a 27-year-old who's a former Pro Bowler. Like we said, first of all, I did a YouTube video about this earlier. As long as Jerry Jones is running the Cowboys, a complete teardown and rebuild is never going to be an option. They're never going to do it. And like I said, he warned Cowboy fans, I may not take these draft picks into the draft and actually draft players. I may flip them for another Pro Bowl caliber player. And he did.
So, for the Super Bowl this year,
Yes.
doesn't matter who plays in it, whoever's ahead, when we get to 2 minutes before the 2 minute warning, when we get to 2 minute warning, fourth quarter, what we're going to do is we're going to even the scores up, and then both teams are going to play just a 2 minutes of sudden death. Think that's a great way to determine a champion?
No.
Yeah, because that's what NASCAR did on Sunday.
Yeah, I sniffed a rumor about that, and I wasn't sure, and I was just like, well,
so the playoff
check
format,
the bruiser on that one. So they did do the, they did do what I thought they did then, huh? Ouch.
Well, hold on. So here's the playoff format is 10 races, 16 drivers. If you win a race during the regular season, the first 26 races, you're automatically in the playoffs. Okay.
Yep.
You have 3 rounds, three race rounds, and then a championship race. So 16 drivers start at Darlington on Labor Day weekend. After the first 3 races, they eliminate 4. After the next 3 races, they eliminate another 4, so they're down to 8. After those 3 races, they eliminate another 4, which gives you the championship 4, which raced in Phoenix this past weekend. That was Denny Hamlin, William Byron, Chase Briscoe, and Kyle Larson. Now, to become champion, you do not have to win the race. All you have to do is be the highest finisher out of the championship 4. So one race. What's that?
I said interesting.
It's a one race. It's supposed to be this drama-laden thing. It's manufactured. It's bullshit. Denny Hamlin, who has not won a championship, led 209 laps. On lap 309, William Byron cut a tire and hit the outside wall, bringing out a caution. Denny Hamlin ended up finishing the race 5th after the overtime restart. Kyle Larson, who has not won a race since May, was on a 24-race winless streak. Did not lead a lap in the championship race, finished 3rd in the championship race, and at one point was a lap, almost 2 laps down and out of it, wins the championship.
Wow.
Denny Hamlin, who won the most races all season, won the most stages all season, and led 209 laps, had 2 wins in the playoffs, 3, I think, 2. Had 2 wins in the playoffs. Doesn't win a championship. Would you like to see the NFL, the college, the MLB, would you like to see a champion decided that way?
No.
Yet somehow when race fans are like, yeah, no, I'd rather see like a 3-3-4 playoff where the championship round is 4 races and not 1 race. Somehow we should just accept the results, because he's a deserving champion. I'm sorry, you lucked into it on a pit call. You didn't earn it. I hate the way that somehow we get especially NASCAR gets way out ahead of itself trying to manufacture. They talked about how the stick and ball sports have those Game 7 moments, and we want those Game 7 moments in NASCAR. I'm sorry. You could have had a Game 7 moment of if you froze the field at the caution and didn't allow positions to change on pit road, that would be a game because Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson were going to restart side by side. That would have been a Game 7 moment. But instead, you had to manufacture one. And then there was.
I'm sorry, but my whole thing is hey, you pull it off. It's real simple. You've got the top 16. Those 16 race one race. That's it. Whoever wins, wins.
No. No, because anything can happen in one race. Anything. I hate the idea of a one race. I'm sorry. You eliminate an entire season's worth of work by making it one race.
But that's exactly what football does. 16
No, it doesn't.
people, 16 people, elimination brackets, one final game.
But your whole no.
You just said it's the same thing. They're eliminating, correct? They start eliminating in that race, right?
They eliminate each one after. But football, baseball, basketball, it's not the same. It's not. You know why?
Why?
Because the whole season has to matter. The Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, the Browns, doesn't matter. You want the best record in your division and the best record overall so that you can get the best seed in the playoffs so you can have home field advantage throughout. You want to be what you did in the game before matters in the game that you're playing. You do a one race playoff in NASCAR, one race? Nah. What happened in May doesn't matter. What happened in June doesn't matter. What happened last week doesn't matter. Because all I have to do is be good for one race, and I'm the champion. You need to. The thing about NASCAR is it's always been man and machine. Man versus machine versus the other men and machines. It is a endurance.
So what's your resolution?
3-3-4. I just told you 3-3-4. 2 rounds of 3 and a championship round of 4. 4 races. Okay. You eliminate 4 in the first round, you eliminate 6 in the second round, and you have a championship 6.
Who still could technically be the same situation.
Over 4 races? You're going to luck into it over 4 races.
Did the Baltimore Ravens not win a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer and a kicker?
And an amazing
defense and a kicker?
And an amazing defense.
George, they have one of the greatest defenses of all time.
I'm sorry. I changed. I was being sarcastic. Being sarcastic. Come on.
It didn't come across that way.
It definitely did not come across as that.
Come on.
It didn't.
Yeah, it was all the defense. Hello. Yeah. So yes, you can luck out. Sure, you can.
No. Over 4 races, you're not going to luck out.
Okay.
The likelihood of someone lucking into a championship over 4 races is so statistically and probability-wise extremely low. Because if you say we're going to decide the championship on points and finishing order and whatnot, that means you actually have to apply your. The problem is now, in the way that the 3-3-1 scenario is that the first race of the third round this year was Las Vegas. And it has been for the past few years. The individual who has won Vegas has gone on to win the championship 4 out of the last 6 years.
Okay.
Won Vegas, then you don't have to worry about Talladega or whatever races after that. You don't have to worry about Martinsville. And then all you got to do is show up at Phoenix. So you have 2 whole weeks or almost 3 whole weeks to prepare your car for one race. That only 4 drivers are going to race in for the championship. It's going to be a field of 40, but only 4 really matter because those are the 4 racing for the championship. As opposed to 4 races where if you won Vegas, doesn't matter. You got 3 more after that you got to show up for.
But I'm saying, yeah, you've got all these other cars that don't matter in the damn race.
So you got all those other cars that don't matter in a damn race throughout the playoffs.
No, that's what I'm kind of leaning at. The hell with all the others.
So where are you going to put the sponsorship money? You're going to tell Rick Hendrick that has 2 cars in the playoffs that he can't bring Chase Elliott or Alex Bowman to the track when Napa pays him millions of dollars every year to plaster their logos all over a car? Or Christopher Bell or Ty Gibbs? You're going to tell Roger Penske he can't send Austin Cindric and Joey Logano to the racetrack?
Did they win?
If they're not in the playoffs, under your idea, you're going to tell car owners with major sponsorship deals that they can't send those sponsorship deals to the track because they didn't make they're not in the 16 car one race. Good luck fielding the field the rest of the year because they're going to tell you to go fuck yourself.
That's why the Super Bowl gets all those nice big fat sponsors.
Because it matters.
Okay.
2 teams who have been consistent and played consistent and won are now playing for a championship that matters.
So why can't you do the same thing for the 16?
Because you're not understanding the money implications. The NFL
If there's 16 cars, I'm sure everybody is definitely housed. You have 16 cars. That means that there's definitely going to be somebody from almost each of the teams.
No, there isn't. Do you know how many cars? Do you know how many cars that
teams?
Do you know how many cars Rick Hendrick fields? Do you know how many cars?
No.
4. All 4 of them made the playoff this year.
Okay.
Roger Penske has 3 cars. All 3 of his made the playoffs. There's 7 right there. Gibbs, 4. Gibbs fielded 3 out of the 4.
We're getting there, Mike. So you're still bringing in that money.
You're not, though. You're not. Because It's not NASCAR. The teams only get a portion of the purse. NASCAR is just the agency, the officiating body. There's no revenue sharing. Your idea would fail miserably. 100% miserably. Because you're going to tell Rick Ware or somebody else that they can't go race in the final race of the season because they weren't one of the 16 that made the playoffs. You're just going to run one playoff race. You need a full playoff format. You need multiple races. I don't mind the multiple races. What I have a problem with in NASCAR specifically is the one race for a championship.
Well, it doesn't matter either way because even once you get down to your last 6, you still have all the other cars who are going to be involved, and you have all those guys still looking to bump and run guys into the wall for their own teammates or their car teams.
You're out. That doesn't happen.
Really?
It happened. Yes, it happened in Martinsville last year.
And I was going to say, I could have swore it happened last year.
It happened in Martinsville last year, and the penalties were so severe. And NASCAR looked at Chevy, Ford, and Toyota and said, "You do that again, we're going to go to a spec car with no manufacturer, and none of y'all will be here."
Oh, well, good luck with that, NASCAR.
They can pull it off. They can do it. They own IMSA. NASCAR can pull it off with a spec car with no manufacturer behind it.
The manufacturers would pony up their own. They'd put up their own.
Good luck. Where are you going to race?
How do you think racing started? It was by the manufacturers.
Buddy, you're not going to get on a track that matters. Either NASCAR or Speedway Motorsports owns all of them.
Okay.
They do. All of the big mile and a halves, all the big road courses, all the big speedways are either owned by Speedway Motorsports, which is the Smith family. It's Bruton Smith and Marcus Smith, or it's owned by IMC. The only one that's independently owned right now is Indianapolis.
George, I just sent what Anthony just said. I sent you it on Messenger. Pull it up. The first bracket for the playoff got released.
Oh, Lordy.
Pull it up. I got you. I got you covered. As soon as I saw what time it was, I'm like, wait, they released that shit already. This should be interesting. Well, I don't have a dog in the fight, so I'm going to sit back and let Bruiser take this over because I know he's going to be unhappy about it, probably.
I mean, they're going to do something stupid.
Well, wait, before George pulls it up, can we all agree on one thing? Yes, I know all of us agreeing it's like tornadoes, but can we agree on one thing? Fuck Notre Dame.
Notre Dame shouldn't be in the playoff.
No, they shouldn't. They were beating up on teams like Purdue and getting moved up almost, it felt like 3 spots a week. And meanwhile, Texas is winning. They're only moving up like 2, 1.
They won 1 week and dropped.
Yeah, like.
Come on.
This should be interesting.
The worst places to lay down.
So that's just at the moment. Interesting.
Okay. I don't have a problem with the top three. OSU, Indiana, and A&M, it doesn't bother me. Okay. But in the AP top 25, 7-2 Oklahoma is ahead of Texas. Texas beat Oklahoma. I'm sorry. If a team beat you, you should not jump them in the rankings.
I agree. What is
I
that?
agree.
6-2 Notre Dame is sitting at 10th. They're not 10th. They should be 12th.
Agreed.
Yep.
University of Virginia is sitting there at 12. I'd move them out of the top 12 entirely. I'd put them at 13. You have teams that are like, you moved up Oklahoma 7 spots this week. They were 19th and you moved them up to 11th. Alabama, Georgia, and Ole Miss are going to take care of themselves because two of those three teams are going to lose and be out of it.
Yeah, they're going to lose again.
BYU is probably going to lose. And I'm not trying to turn this into the Big Ten and SEC show. But
well, who's BYU got left? Checking.
TCU, Cincinnati, and UCF. And Texas Tech this weekend.
Okay, so that's their make or break is this weekend then.
For both of them.
For both of them. Yeah. I was just going to say that's going to make or break both of them.
Because Tech still has to play Texas.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
No, they don't. Tech plays BYU, UCF, and then West Virginia.
Really?
Yep.
No Texas Tech, huh?
No, it's Texas A&M, Texas.
Ooh. Wow, that makes things real interesting when you're looking at that schedule.
Because Texas plays Georgia this weekend, then they play Arkansas, then they play Texas A&M.
Poor Mike. Couldn't view it. It was on ESPN. Poor Mike. I am so sorry you're stuck with that YouTube TV, my friend. Oh, that sucks.
You're talking about Texas, who could this weekend solidify their conversation and possible place in the SEC title game. You beat Georgia and A&M.
Oh, that bounces almost both of them pretty well down.
It'll put Georgia at 2 losses if they lose to Texas.
Yeah, it'll push them down pretty good, but I don't think not totally out. But
it won't push them
A&M
out, but if it doesn't jump Texas up into the top 10, I'd be amazed.
Yeah.
Oregon plays Minnesota, USC, and then Washington to end the year.
which at this point in time is pretty much a cakewalk.
Alabama's playing Oklahoma this weekend. And remember, Oklahoma beat Alabama last year.
Right.
Then they play Eastern Illinois and then the Iron Bowl, which throw the records out during the Iron Bowl.
Right. Well, and the other thing, and I'll bring it up, Ohio State has to play Michigan, and they have not beaten Michigan.
In
One
6
of the
years.
teams, one of the teams that has the easiest path is Ole Miss. They
Well,
play
because
City-
you know that piece of that bracket's going to change a lot.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I'm talking what they have left on the regular season. I don't care about the bracket at the moment. They play Citadel, Florida, and then Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl.
Okay. Interesting, because that could totally put Ole Miss in one of those four spots in the quarterfinals.
You've got Indiana playing Penn State this weekend. Then they're home against Wisconsin. Then they go to Purdue.
Well, thanks for reminding me I have to play Indiana this weekend, Bruiser. Speaking of that, after we're done with the playoff talk, I got some outside opinions on something I saw today. So it's involving Penn State, but I want some outside opinions.
Luxury Kill Shed is this doesn't look right. Where is Penn State led by somebody must know you.
Yeah, it's my co-host.
Is
Yeah, why do you think I'm flipping them off?
he's like, I know that sign on. I did not know that was him.
Yep, that's his YouTube. I know it. I'm assuming Mike was responding to what I have to ask.
Yeah.
Georgia could have two losses at the end, two more losses to finish the year.
Well, if they get 3, they're out.
They play Mississippi State this weekend. Then next weekend, they're at home against Texas. Then they play Charlotte, which, big deal. Charlotte's 1-7. But then they play Georgia Tech.
Oh. And Georgia Tech has been sneaky every other year in playing spoilers against somebody. Okay.
Ohio State plays Purdue. Then they're at home against UCLA. Then they're at home against Rutgers. And then they go to Michigan.
Yep. Tyler. Wow, Tyler's just.
They didn't make it in the first rankings, though. They're out.
They're out at the moment, Tyler. They're out at the moment, but they're right there. They're out at the moment, but they're right there. Yeah, here's the funny part. Michigan is sitting all the way down at 21 at 7-2.
Yeah, but
if Michigan wins out, you don't think that they're not going to be able to climb back up in?
No,
And
they
they
won't.
do.
They won't
No.
get into the playoff.
hell no.
Really?
No,
No.
they won't make it into the playoff. They might knock on the door. Again, we have all said the same thing, Anthony. We can't figure it out. I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
who at Notre Dame has those X-rated pictures of Condoleezza Rice.
They got someone. Someone's got something.
Yeah.
So the only quality win that Notre Dame has this year is an overrated USC team.
And remember, you still have Louisville sneaking in, lurking around the corner. You know,
Louisville's at 15th. And they don't play anybody. They only play one more team with a winning record. Louisville's not sneaking anywhere.
okay. Okay. I'm just gonna stick a pin in that one. Just
Saying
saying.
that Louisville's going to sneak in is like saying that Akers is tactful or that Suds can be quiet.
Or that me and Bruiser could go a whole show without cracking one joke on you.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I can do it. I've done it.
I have not, so.
I just insult him.
Yeah, it's unfortunately there's still a long way to go with this, and I know I'm gonna have to set this up. I gotta set this up with the guys on Wednesday nights over the next couple of weeks, and it's like it's too soon for it.
It's
like
not too
November.
soon. There's 4 weeks left.
It's and this is gonna change like 5 more times.
Maybe twice. Really. I think the 12 that you have there, why Memphis is in over Texas, I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, glad you brought that up, because I'm sitting here going, well, wait a second. Is that part of the, power conference kind of thing? I was like, where the hell did Memphis come from?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's confusing.
Well, do you see the NR next to their name?
Yes, I do.
You know what that NR means, right?
I'm waiting.
Not ranked. They're not ranked in the top 25, but they're in the playoff because they're leading their conference.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
That's exactly what that is.
We have really got to just go to the strictly the best 12 teams get in.
Well,
Screw
this was the argument of if you're leading your conference and you show that you are a good enough team that you should have a spot in the playoff.
That's like saying a 36-win Atlanta Hawk team is a good fucking is a playoff team in the NBA because of the stupid play-in. That's what that is. Best 12 get in after conferences.
Remember when the 12-4 New England Patriots got left out over the 10-6 Chiefs, or not Chiefs, but the 10-6 Chargers?
Yep.
That's what happened.
It's like the NFL. Well, that was like the NFL last year. The Bucks are the 4 seed. They won 9 freaking games. The freaking Vikings were the 6 seed, and they won 13.
I remember when the 7 and 9 Seahawks made the playoffs over the 10 and 6 Vikings.
It's ridiculous.
Because the 7 and 9 Seahawks won their division.
Yep.
And the 10 and 6 Vikings didn't.
It's so ridiculous.
And the 10 and 6 Vikings missed that against the Packers by one damn game. Sucks.
I don't have any problem with them taking only conference winners and whatnot, or at least the majority of them being conference winners in the 12. What I have a problem with is if that you're in the top 12, you should be ranked in the top 25.
Yeah.
This is going to be very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what happens next week.
I still think this changes a lot 3 weeks from now. Hell, 4 weeks from now. This will totally be different. But I think major changes definitely still keep coming within the next 2 weeks.
I don't think it's going to be that massive. Teams might switch spots, but I think what you see is pretty much what you get for the time being. Look, for Texas to make it, they have to win out.
Right.
They have to win out. For Oklahoma to make it, they have to win out.
They haven't looked the same since Matier's injury. Even when he came back, they haven't looked the same.
You know, Notre Dame has got to show up to stay where they're at. The only 3 teams that I think are safe that could drop a game and still stay relatively close to where they are Indiana, Ohio State, Texas A&M. Indiana's not budging until the Big Ten championship game because they're going to end up playing Ohio State in that.
Right. And then even if they're both 1 and 2 at that point, it may not change. It depends on what 3 and 4 do.
Here's the thing: if Ohio State loses to Indiana or loses to Michigan and then turn around and loses to Indiana,
oh yeah, they'll be down.
You could be looking at a playoff where Ohio State's not in it.
I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't go that far either.
If Texas, let's say Texas or Oklahoma wins out, and Ohio State loses to both Michigan and Indiana in convincing fashion, you could be looking at a scenario where Ohio State.
Now you've said convincing fashion. If they're close losses, they're not.
I didn't say anything about close. I never said anything about close losses. I said lose.
Well, then you said in convincing fashion.
7 or more points.
You can't have it both ways.
7 or more points is convincing.
I don't see that happening.
With that Indiana offense, yeah. They could put 50 on Ohio State.
Ohio State can also put 50 up on them too.
Ohio State doesn't have the horses to get into a shootout.
Bullshit.
I guarantee it.
Bullshit.
Right before this show?
The type of shootout that Indiana can get into? Nah. Ohio State can't keep up.
Well, yeah, whatever.
I'm dead serious.
Can we kick him for that?
This is going to change. Yeah, Anthony, exactly. It's going to change every week. No, he's got his opinion. I ain't booting him for it. I ain't booting him for the argument. No.
And the fact that you got that kind of reaction out of me, someone who adamantly hates Ohio State, should tell you something.
I don't care for Ohio State either.
Oh, I know that, but Penn State, Texas, I have a disdain hatred for them. The only thing me and Adam ever agree on.
Indiana is by far the better offensive team.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
And let's see them go
What?
against a team that's allowing 8 points per fucking game this year. They just gave up a first half touchdown last week for the season.
Now you're gonna make me pull stuff up.
And hold on a second now. You're telling me that that Ohio State doesn't have the horses that Indiana does. If they matched up right now, the best player on the football field for both offenses is on Ohio State.
I'm not talking about 5-star players and recruits. I'm talking the overall program, the coaching.
Yes.
The way,
Yeah.
Just listen. You guys get a little too caught up on the name on the back of the jersey. Just listen. The way that
They're going over by the whole team, not the name on the
Jeremiah
jersey.
Smith would destroy Indiana's entire secondary.
But they've got more
Sam.
role players than just Smith.
Yeah,
Sam.
dude, Cordell
They
Tate-
have a full all-around team. And I'm
Yes.
sorry, but Indiana and Ohio State would put up a lot. Take the over.
Exactly. Don't take the under. You're an idiot if you do that.
if you get into a shootout, Indiana, who's watched more Big 12 football, me or you guys?
Why would we be worried about Big 12 football?
Just trust me. Who's watched more Big 12 football, me or you?
No, I'll say you. What does that have to do with
Probably.
this?
Indiana reminds me of an old school Texas Tech under Mike Leach or an old school A&M. They are a Big 12 style shootout style offense where they can put up points in bunches in quick successive fashion. It doesn't matter if you have a defense that only gave up 8 points. If you have a team that has a bunch of role players on it that can sit there and put points on the board one after another, after another, after another, you can't keep up. Indiana has the ability to boat race Ohio State. I didn't say they're going to. I said they could.
Where
let's
offense?
not pretend like Ohio State has played some really defensive powerhouses this year. You know, that wonderful powerhouse in Grambling or OU or Minnesota or Wisconsin.
Indiana hasn't either.
Indiana can boat race Ohio State if they need to.
Where is Indiana better offensively than Ohio State? Hands down. If it's close, I'll give it to. But hands down, where are they better?
I think they're overall better.
No, I want it. Where on the field? Stack these two offenses up. Where are they better? I need to know this.
Overall, I think in the planning, the execution, the way that they form that offense, I think they are overall better than Ohio State.
Okay, hold on.
I have never seen you so vigorously and vehemently defend Ohio State. It's hysterical, by the way.
So, okay, we brought up Ohio State. Indiana's offense looks real good against, Keenshaw State, Indiana State, fucking
It's
UCLA, Maryland.
It's Kennesaw State.
Whatever. I can't pronounce the fucking school's name. So I don't want to hear. It's not like Indiana's going to get powerhouses either.
Nope, they're not.
There's no D.
You played Grambling.
Yeah.
You shut out Grambling and Wisconsin. I don't want to hear about defensive power. You played Grambling. Ohio State only beat Texas by 7. A team capable of keeping up with them, they only beat them by 7.
Well, Texas was good at that point.
Texas is still good. And I would argue that Indiana right now is better than Texas was then.
Indiana hasn't played anybody. Indiana has not played anybody yet to turn around and play.
Okay. Can we just come to this mutual agreement? Indiana and Ohio State have combined to play almost the same exact opponents. They have each played on the record at the times one quality opponent. You will say Texas week 1 for Ohio State, Oregon for Indiana. They have played almost the exact amount of. They have played almost the exact same schedule. We will not know who is good out of these two teams till they play each other for the big freaking 10. All I'm saying is,
hold on. Because here's the thing I like about the way that ESPN redid their standings this year and their scores. Ohio State played Texas on August 30th. Ohio State was ranked 3rd. Texas was ranked 1st. Final score was 14-7 Ohio State. Okay?
Yep. First game of the season.
Indiana, almost a month later, was ranked 19th. And beat number 9 Illinois 63-10. They beat them by 50.
Illinois now?
Hold on. You're going off of when they were ranked and how they were ranked and all that. We're going to play the game the same way.
Oh, I understand.
They were 10 spots below.
And I'm going to give you the fact of Ohio State did it in week 1, and Indiana got a whole month to play and work and get everything rolling.
Indiana was 20th.
A month later.
First week, 23rd, 22nd, 19th. They beat a team who was ranked 10 spots ahead of them by 53 points.
Hey, you know what the funny thing is? And the funny thing is, Ohio State beat that same Illinois team too.
Sure they did. They didn't beat them by that much.
Okay. Who gives a shit? Illinois hasn't been relevant since that game.
Two weeks after Indiana beat them is when Ohio State played them.
Yeah, and Indiana was at home, and Ohio State was on the damn road.
They beat Illinois. They beat Illinois by 16.
Oh, yeah, they still. It doesn't freaking matter.
It does. You guys want to talk about how it matters for Ohio State playing ranked teams? Indiana did the same thing. They beat a team that's ranked 10 spots ahead of them
and they
by
got
53 points.
They have played the same strength schedule, in my opinion. Neither of those teams have played a higher.
Hold on. So it's garbage time.
Let's flush the garbage time. Let's flush the garbage time scoring. Let's flush all the garbage time scoring and go by first halves alone of all the games.
The first half alone. Box score.
I'll pull it up with you.
I have it.
Oh, I'm going to go get it too.
First half alone, they put up 35 points. 35 points they put up in the first half alone, Indiana did, against Illinois. Ohio State versus Texas. First half, 7 points.
No. We're talking about the Illinois game.
Why is the
focus on the game? Don't flip it around to other shit. Stick to the Illinois game.
I'm still waiting for my goddamn question from earlier to be answered. Where is Indiana better offensively than Ohio State? That's what I'm still waiting to hear. I need that answer.
I answered it. Yes, I did.
Stack these 2 units. No, you didn't. You're talking about the coaching. I want to know on the field. What positional group does Indiana have an advantage over Ohio State? I am still waiting for that to be answered. You know why? Because it can't be answered.
You're getting awfully worked up over a question that I answered 5 minutes ago.
No,
You did not. You didn't.
Where
I
are they
told you
better?
I don't give a fuck about the players on the field. I think Indiana
you
is
know
better.
the
That's
fuck
that's who's
about
playing
it?
the damn game. That's who's playing the game.
Yeah.
That's
Like
where it's
the
going to
players
matter
are playing
on the
damn
field.
game.
Better
The coaches
offense.
aren't going to sit there and make the points of, oh, we're better.
They've got to
We're
make a
better in
game plan.
coaching.
They've got to implement the game plan. The players
Hey,
aren't
Dude,
doing
the
it.
players execute the game plan.
Jesus.
I think Indiana has better offensive coaching. That's where they're fucking better, you fucking idiots.
That's
God,
not.
damn.
It's better
But
in
they're
every
not the
position
ones.
on the field that matters.
They're not right.
By
The
the way,
players are the one. That's what we're talking about.
Hey, to answer your question about the Illinois game, Ohio State scored 20 points in the first half.
Who gives a shit about the Illinois game?
No, I was talking about it.
Oh my God.
But still,
that's like Illinois fucking Alabama. Jesus.
no, but the point is the coaching isn't where Sam asked you. He said where on the field.
His direct question to me is, where do you think Indiana is? Where do you, not where are they? Where do you think Indiana is better than Ohio State? And
Until Kurt Signetti and Ryan Day put fucking shoulder pads on, that's not answering my question.
You gave me an objective question, and I gave you a subjective answer. I think that Indiana is better in the coaching and game plan implementation part of the game. That's where I think that they're better. Ohio State can go recruit at anywhere and get any 5-star they want. Doesn't matter.
But they have stronger coaching than what Indiana has.
Hold on. Because to beat teams like Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, LSU, you have to beat them elsewhere. You have to beat them in strategy, in game plan, in those areas.
And Ohio State did that in the playoff last year against Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, Notre Dame. Shall I fucking continue?
They absolutely did, but we're not talking about 2024, are we?
Oh,
Are we?
how did Indiana's playoff go last year?
Hey, we're not talking about 2024. How'd Texas's playoffs work out last year? How'd Penn State?
No, you're saying they have a coaching advantage, the same coaching staff from last year. So what the hell happened?
You learn. You fucking learn. It's the same
Who
reason.
learns?
It's the same reason that Jalen Hurts puts his fist in everybody's ass every week and tush pushes everywhere like the Eagles. Fuck, they learn. God bless, dude.
Hey, you know what the funny is? You brought up something about my team, and that's actually something that's on the field. You still haven't brought up anything on the field between Ohio State and Indiana.
Jesus Christ.
All right, that's actually a very good. That's a good example. Real quick, let's scratch everything just real quickly. Answer me this question: offensive play calling, offensive strategist, offensive everything. Right? Who is better, Andy Reid or Nick Sirianni? And you can be completely. This is an easy answer. It's Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Right?
I think Andy Reid has his faults. He used to be one of the best, but sure, okay.
Yes, but come on, let's be real. Nick Sirianni, and look, this is coming from a guy who watches the Eagles on a religious basis. Nick Sirianni doesn't even call his own plays. Andy Reid's clearly got the advantage over Nick Sirianni by night and freaking day. Is that an agree? I mean, I think we can all mutually agree on that, right? What did offensive strategy have to do with the Super Bowl? Not a damn thing. The Super Bowl was a blowout because the team with the better players on the field kicked the other team's ass. And when Indiana's corners are running up for their lives in a few weeks, when they're running after Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith, then come talk to me.
And Ohio State could be doing the same thing. All I said was that Indiana could beat Ohio State, and especially if it got into a shootout. And you got all worked up and indignant because I said that.
Well, because there's nothing to prove it. You haven't brought anything to show that between their quarterbacks, their running backs, and their receivers, that they're better than Ohio State's offense is. That's what we're waiting on.
Oh, boy. Let's see here. I like how you're like, well, you got to give me stats. You fucking know I don't pay attention to stats. I watch the game on the field. You know I don't give a fuck about what happens in a stat book because on paper it's bullshit.
You're saying you're watching the game on the field, but the only thing you brought up is what's going on the sidelines.
Good Lord, guys.
Yeah, but like you said, I think Ohio State has played a few more of the tougher teams through, and Indiana just still is.
We haven't even, and I don't even agree with you. That's where I disagree with you. I think these teams have both played almost a damn near equal schedule. I don't even agree with that.
I'm not saying it's by much.
Oh, and like we said, we all have opinions and disagreements.
Right.
Here's the other thing. Hold on. There is a better chance Indiana is going to have to beat Ohio State defensively than Ohio State has to beat Indiana defensively or offensively. I'm sorry.
If Penn State does not fire the damn coach before this week, isn't that Penn State game a lot damn closer than what the hell it was supposed to be?
Probably not. Listen.
You don't think so?
Keep us out of this. I just want the season to fucking end.
No, I'm just indicating coaching preference, coaching wise, and addressing the coaching. I mean, especially when the Penn State has former Ohio State coaches just barely 9 months removed from their staff. So the Penn State coaches know what Ohio State's pretty much going to be able to run.
All right, I found what I was looking for.
Just real quickly. But just real quick, George, to be fair, also, Ryan Day also had Jim Knowles with him for 3 years. So he probably knows almost all the shit that Knowles wants to run. And also, I hate Jim Knowles and I hate Andy Colton-Nicky. So please stop depressing me and making me talk about the Lions.
Okay.
Well, like I said, but then they should be owning Michigan, but they don't.
I found what I was looking for. So hold on.
That's
Indiana. Total points per game, 46.4 to Ohio State's 36.6. Total points scored in 8 games this year, 418 to 293. Total touchdowns, 55 to 38. Total first downs, 242 to 180. Rushing first downs, 117 to 68. Passing first downs, 107 to 105. First downs by penalty, 18 to 7. Third down efficiency, 64 of 110 to 45 of 83. So the third down percentage efficiency, 58.1 versus 54.2. Fourth down efficiency, 42% versus 70%. That's the only spot in overall offense that Ohio State beats Indiana. I rest my fucking case.
And basically, most of the other ones are freaking equal.
No, they're not.
Yeah, a lot of those numbers are great. We are going against old fucking Dominion and shit. Can we, once again, do you know how inflated those numbers are by half the competition that every team in college football plays?
Wait, hold on. You just sat there and ranted. Show me numbers. Show me how Indiana's better. I showed you.
No, I didn't. I told you to show me a position on the goddamn field they're better, which once again, you still haven't.
I asked for the numbers.
And I showed the numbers. And now that's not good enough. Okay.
You're dancing around my question like a damn ballerina right now, so I'm out of this because you keep dancing around my question.
Oh, let's pull up the fucking rosters to make you happy.
Well, I mean, the guys that play the games actually do kind of matter.
Let's see. Team leaders for Ohio State quarterback. Oh fuck, my my phone reloaded. Sands got 2188. Jackson's got 538 rushing. Receiving yards 725 for Smith. Okay, that's Ohio State.
Oh, good rebound.
Give me a moment.
No, you're good. I'm bitching about the Sixers right now.
What did I say that the quarterback was? 2188?
I have that up here. Yes.
Okay. So 21-24 for Indiana. He's 60 off. Indiana rushes better than Ohio State with 619. Cooper Jr. is about 50 yards off of Smith. It's 669. Again.
I see. Yeah, Sam, I see exactly what you're talking about. Now I understand why you're blowing up. I see what you're saying. I found it. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I see exactly what you're talking about, which is why you said about the inflated numbers. I see exactly what you're.
And look, first off, let me come out and say this right now. I'm not saying it about just Indiana. Ohio State's offensive numbers are inflated as well. Fucking Oregon's numbers are inflated every damn year. They score 60 points against Northwestern, but then when they play quality competition, they dropped only 20. It's all inflated. That's why I go with what's on the field. And what I'm telling you is shootout, whatever. Indiana has to be able to compete with a team that has two, not one. Because I know you brought Jeremiah Smith. Don't forget Cornell Tate. There's two NFL wide receivers on Ohio State's team. Two. Julian Sang is having a year where, yes, he's got 2188, 23 touchdowns. He's completing 80% of his goddamn passes. 80.
That's great.
And the reason why Indiana had to turn around and push on the other games is because they needed to move up in the rankings. Remember, the more points you score, the more you're going to climb.
That again, Indiana beat a team that was 10 rankings ahead of them. The very next week, they were 11th.
This is a very interesting discussion because if you are, it's like a lion playing with his food. It's like you don't need to devour them right away. You can sit there and play with them.
I love your overinflated self of confidence. Like,
but I'm just saying. It's very interesting the way that has to work that way. All those upper teams, it's like, oh, we'll get a blowout or two, but it's like the rest of them we can just coast and we can phone it in. But yet somebody who has to come from 24, 25, 26 from the lower echelon, and they got to score like almost 40 to 50 points per game just to make sure that they're getting noticed to climb up in the rankings, which I've never believed upon in the first place ever since I learned my first freaking college football couple of games I ever saw.
The
And
18
discussion with my uncles.
5 is all it is power rankings. It is a
right.
It is a reactionary.
And that's all college football's ever been about is a power ranking.
The BCS and the actual playoff rankings like this
bullshit. Playoff rankings have been going on for years before I was born.
No, they
Sam,
haven't.
Shut up. Nope, don't even go there. It's
2013 was the first playoffs.
It's been a thing since the 40s.
Not 1833.
Oh my God. I knew I was trying to avoid that.
And
damn
first
it.
of all, can we
Stop.
listen, can I just come out to say I don't know how the hell we got into this. I don't give two shits. I don't have a dog in this fight. Both these teams can go fuck themselves in my case. I hope they both lose. I don't give a shit. I'm salty and upset because my team sucks, so I don't care about the Big Ten right now.
You got all salty when I said that Indiana could beat Ohio State. That's what you got salty about.
No, because I actually think there is a chance, but the fact that we think just because it goes to a shootout, Indiana's got this advantage, I don't agree with.
I think Indiana could absolutely boat race Ohio State, 100%.
Okay,
Will
but guess
they?
what? If
Here's the thing.
We'll find out.
Will they? Who knows? Can they?
yeah. And there's also a case just like the game, like you brought up with Texas. Ohio State's defense won that game for them. They only won it by 7. If Ohio State's defense figures it out against Indiana, can Indiana match that same thing? I don't know that either.
It's one of those where you have to find out, but that's where the game plan and coaching really fucking matters. Look,
yeah,
Texas has a prospect at QB that is supposed to be lights out, and he hasn't.
The Heisman favorite heading into the year,
and he hasn't been. And they've had to adjust, and they've had to change the game plan, and they've had to change coaching. Not being able to change your game plan and change your coaching is why Penn State doesn't have a coach right now.
Right, there's a lot of reasons why Penn State doesn't have a fucking coach right now. So, speaking of which, can I actually ask my outsider's opinion on something about them? So over the past few weeks, they keep coming up with different and new odds for who is going to be their next coach. I just want some opinions on these top 4 guys that are currently the favorites.
Well, I saw Penn State said thanks but no thanks to Urban Meyer the other day.
It's more like the other way around.
Urban's another one. He doesn't like this style of college. He doesn't like the NIL and the portal. He doesn't like it.
There's a lot of these guys. That's why Saban, was like, no.
Yeah, I saw it. He was literally, he said it. He said, I have no desire to come back and coach. So honestly.
Oh, I love it when they flipped it to his wife and she's like, don't think so.
She's like, don't fucking put me in the middle of this shit.
No, she said no. She put the kibosh on it.
I want to see Saban go to Penn State and then win like 8 more national titles there, and just erase.
Nobody wants to deal with this bullshit. Nobody wants to deal with the bullshit.
I know, George. I was
being
making
sarcastic.
a fucking joke.
The only job that Saban would probably come back for would be LSU.
I don't know that he'd go to LSU.
I think that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he would, but if there was one job it would take to get him back into college football, that would probably be the only one. Like, he's not coming back to coach fucking Virginia Tech or Arkansas.
No, but I bet you could get him at Michigan State.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's where he started.
Yeah.
But he also won big at LSU too before he went to the NFL. That's the other reason why I brought it up.
He won a national title at LSU, but you got unfinished business at Michigan State.
Yep. I was going to say that would be, to make it a full circle thing, that could be interesting. That could be interesting.
So for what I just saw today, here are the current leaders for the Penn State job. And I'm only going to read the top 4 because they got the highest percentages. The leader this week is Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz. Number 2 is Ohio State offensive coordinator Brian Hartline.
He shot it down already.
I don't believe, I have not heard that he has or hasn't. But I honestly also don't think they're going to go with inexperience at this point in time anyway. Plus, why the fuck would Hartline leave Ohio State? Number 3 is Louisville head coach Jeff Brom. And then number 4 is Iowa State's Matt Campbell.
I think Louisville is going to depend on where Louisville finishes.
Well, but the thing is but the thing with Brom is that's his alma mater. Why would he leave?
Yeah.
I think Drinkwitz is a very realistic chance of leaving Missouri to come to Penn State, and I'd be perfectly okay with that. I actually really like him, so I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that
and also
makes sense.
somebody's athletic director and is in talks with somebody's agent. That would be Virginia Tech is in talk with Mr. Franklin. It's almost like it's almost like someone's been saying that for almost a month now. Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I think the idea of Brian Hartline is good. Maybe he brings some of that Ohio State swagger over to Happy Valley, but again, I don't think they're in a position to go inexperienced.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. There were a whole bunch of Penn State memes that went across today, or even after Saturday's game. That people were making up stuff of, oh, Hartline just told Day that he was offered the Penn State job.
No,
I was like, dude,
No.
I'm like, what the hell is this bullshit memes?
he was
You know,
put
I
on
love how people just want to make up a meme just to make up shit.
he was labeled as a leading candidate. We don't even know if he was ever even talked to or offered anything. Nothing's been offered yet. We're still midway through November. This will come to a head after the season. But
I was gonna say, who's to say you don't keep your current dude? You're interim
yeah,
guy.
that's another thing I don't think would be. I mean, he's doing as good of a job as he can with a freaking quarterback who is just clearly in over his head at this point. And I like Guckenmeyer. He's a good kid, but there's no freaking offense at all on this team anymore without a quarterback. But yeah, then like the other fuck is that?
Don't worry,
Yeah,
there's
I
still
don't-
time. There's plenty of kids jumping the portal.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I know Bruiser said a while back that this could be like a couple year thing. Have you seen Penn State? We don't play Ohio State for like 2 years after this.
Yeah, they have to rotate and balance around the divisions.
If Penn State gets a guy that they really like, they could turn this around quickly, depending on how the portal and commits work out. They could still be. I'm not going to come out next year and say, oh, next year they're still once again going to be a playoff team. Like, nah, that's very unrealistic. But I think this team will still be somewhere in that mid-tier, the top 25. Which, by the way, after watching them completely choke against another ranked opponent, Nebraska, thank you so much for extending Matt Rule. Thank you from the bottom of my freaking heart, because I want to know parts of Matt Rule.
Penn State is going to be a 17th to 25th place team for the next 3 to 4 years.
Sam's just like, really?
That schedule next year, I'm going to highly debate that.
17th. That's where you'll end up.
I'll say anywhere between ceiling, if they nail the coaching hire, ceiling 15, floor probably right around like 22. That's about all I say. Next year will be the rough year, strictly also because of all these upperclassmen that we have that are leaving. So that's going to be the biggest issue. They just got to figure a way to keep some of these kids here, like Kobe Howard. He's a wide receiver they really like. Chaz Coleman, I think, is going to be that next, the next like Abdul Carter, Dennis Sutton type edge rusher that's just really freaking good. They got to work on keeping kids like that here. So,
oh yeah, that's right. They got to pay them again.
Yeah.
Damn, ain't that a kick in the freaking balls?
Welcome to minor league NFL football, which is basically what college football is becoming.
Yep.
And that's why, because some people say my problem with college football is I look at it too much like the NFL. Well, guess what? Now I kind of have to. because it's slowly and surely becoming it. You might as well just strap on the AAA symbol and say, "Welcome to minor league football."
Well, the basketball's working the same route.
No, hey man,
The
I got nothing to say
basketball's
right
work-
now.
The basketball's working the same route.
Hey, I don't got a dog in the fight in college basketball right now. Even though I will stay, new era started with Villanova last night, and we took the number 8 team in the country down to the wire. So under our new head coach, who it was the guy I forget his name, the guy who took Maryland to the Sweet 16 last year. We have 11 new freaking players on our basketball team. 3 freshmen, 8 transfers. We have a whole new roster for Villanova this year. It's ridiculous. But like I said, we only lost by 5 to BYU, who is ranked number 8th in the country to start the season. So I'm happy. Hopefully they can actually be something this year. The last 3 years under Kyle Neptune were not pretty. But again, it's taken over for Jay Wright, who's one of the greatest college basketball coaches ever. So what do you expect? But you can't follow up taking over for that and then missing the tournament all 3 years for the head coach after him.
Well, I want to finish up on the World Series note real quick because looks like Toronto choked a massive chicken, and I'm sorry, but you don't sit there and decide to let every pitcher in the whole damn bullpen sit there and get a batter every other freaking batter just to turn around and make sure that you win the damn ball game. What a biggest damn choke job I've ever seen. It's almost as bad as watching the Baltimore Ravens play football.
Was it a choke job? They lost.
It was a fucking choke job, dude. You ain't got your starter at 4.1 innings when he only gave up one. He gave up one damn run. You pull him out in the 5th inning. Get the hell out of here.
You lost.
Wasn't even close to his pitch count.
You lost.
And you had a 4-1 lead.
Game 7. Shut up.
You had a 4-1 lead. You had a 4-1 lead. You choked it off.
To a really, really good lineup.
No, you changed pitchers. They went through 7 damn pitchers.
And the Dodgers have an amazing lineup.
Dude, you don't pull your starting pitcher at 4.1. You do not do that. They pulled him at 4.1.
It's game 7.
He was pulled before that.
No. He was pulled at 4.1. He pitched 4.1 innings. In game 7, he started. It was only 4.1 innings. I looked at the box score.
Yes, and Ohtani was pulled at 2.1. So what are we talking about?
Because Ohtani was getting rocked on.
One bad pitch.
Look, I get it, but Toronto didn't need to do it.
Hold on a second. How did this go from you and me versus Bruiser to now me and Bruiser versus you?
Dude, I'm sorry. Toronto did not need to pull the pitcher at 4.1. You did not need to do that.
It's game 7 of the World Series. Use every available asset you have.
The only thing
but your asset was doing just fine. You're not going to pull Patrick Mahomes out of the Super Bowl when you're only up 21-20.
There's no game on the
You're not pulling Patrick Mahomes out to put in the backup quarterback.
Okay.
No, it's strictly I'm sorry, but all the way up until the point where you've got all of these pitchers who can sit there and they're going 7-8 innings. It's the World Series. You want the ball in their hands because they command
literally the last game of the year.
It doesn't matter. It is World Series Game 7.
Use everything.
I'm sorry. I saw between Clemens and Johnson is like, hello.
Yeah, and I mean, what Jose Mesa do for you?
Oh God.
The Indians went through 4 pitchers in that game.
How many pitchers they go through in 2016?
6.
Okay.
Screwed up every damn fucking time. You don't need that many pitchers. You only need 2 dudes.
Why won't the Dolans hire you? You clearly have a World Series pedigree.
I'm just saying, I'm available.
Man, if you dual coached, you could lead the Browns to the Super Bowl and the Guardians to the World Series in the same year. We could have trophies every year.
Like
Dude,
I said, I pay attention.
There's a reason.
I pay attention to the winning team. Like you just said, you watch the football field. You watch the game. Guess what? I've watched the damn games. I've watched 2 pitchers do it several times. I'm a lot older. I've seen it done.
Yes, we all know that you were alive to see frickin' Grover Cleveland Alexander pitch. We're aware of that. Hold on. But you're talking about you watch the winning team. The winning team did the exact same damn thing. And they did it before the frickin' Blue Jays did it.
But the problem was they were behind. They were behind when they did it. When you are ahead, you have a dominating pitcher owning that squad. Why would you pull him out? Just for somebody else to come up behind him and screw it up. Leave your ace in the game.
First of all, a 41-year-old Max Scherzer is not the Blue Jays' ace. First of all, the ace of the Blue Jays was not pitching in the World Series because he was hurt. But Schneider did. Hold on. Pulling Scherzer is not what screwed the Blue Jays. What screwed them was that he went to Chris Bassett in the freaking, I think it was the 6th inning over Seranthony Dominguez. If they would have let Dominguez pitch there instead of Bassett, they're probably still at 4-1. And then Muncie's home run in the 8th inning only makes it 4-2. And then Rojas's home run probably only makes it 4-3. That's where Schneider also freaking screwed up because he brought Bassett in as his first guy, and that was a stupid decision. Also, now, George, I want you to respect this as a baseball coach. What do you teach do we know what this thing? We teach kids what a secondary lead is called, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do the Blue Jays know what the hell that is?
Touche.
Because if Isaiah Falefa knew what a secondary lead is, guess what's going to happen? Will Smith, your foot's going to be off the base enough time for freaking Falefa to score. Blue Jays win the World Series. Yep. But no, that because IKF had a freaking 2-foot lead off a third and didn't take a secondary lead. That's why that play happened.
I love how George is shitting all over the Game 7 when everybody from Buster Only to Tim Kirkjian to other baseball writers are talking about how it was the greatest Game 7 of this century. Hold on.
I think he's shitting on the game. He's shitting on how it was managed.
Correct.
And this is the most watched baseball game since 2015.
Well, yeah, I mean, because nobody watches. That's why.
3.1 million people watched Saturday night.
Right. And they were all from LA. And they were all from LA. Congratulations.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
No, they
I'm not from LA.
Well, I wasn't watching.
Bruiser, you from LA?
No, I'm not. I'm from Cleveland.
Like I said, majority was from LA.
I was wrong. I 25. So I said it was 3.1. It was 31.5. Game 7 between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Blue Jays drew an average of 25.5 million viewers on Fox and peaked in the late and extra innings with 31.5 million viewers.
Right, because it was after the news was off the air, so they had nothing else to watch. Of course. But
I love how you just I want to make excuses for it.
Like I said, everybody turns around and waits until the World Series. And because it was making its way for a Game 7, just made it bigger and bigger. It's what Major League Baseball needed, because Major League Baseball in all their ratings are shitting the bed, and they know it. So you got to come up with something. I mean, why do you think the NFL is always relevant every week in the offseason? Somebody's got to be assigned to make some headline every single week in the NFL in the offseason.
Are you aware that baseball is like the second most talked about sport right now, outside of the NFL and college football?
You also do realize that baseball is a regional sport and not a national sport anymore.
The Dodgers are making it national again.
They are, but for the last 10 years, it's been a regional sport.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that.
Wait a minute. Let me rewind and record that.
Yeah, right. After about 20, if you would have watched the show a half hour ago, you would have thought, how the hell are these two great? But yeah, but like, what is with the thing with baseball? Baseball right now is at its best it's been in over a decade.
Because it's been shit. That's right.
And now it's better.
Well,
welcome to the world.
It's better. Well, when you have nothing and then you start with a couple things is better than nothing.
I disagree entirely, because the thing
I don't.
Baseball has had plenty of good stories the last decade.
Agreed.
Plenty of good baseball games. The problem is that because it was so regional and everybody had to have their own regional sports package, you lost people.
You lost people when you changed the rules.
Rule that really drastically affected the game.
Yes. What?
Yes,
like, seriously.
they did.
What game? What rule?
What?
The pitch clock changed the rules.
The pitch clock is amazing.
Bullshit.
Yes, the pitch clock is fantastic.
Oh,
George.
Okay. Ask the 600 fuckers who were on the injured list last year if that pitch clock is amazing. Ask the 600 plus pitchers from last year who were injured with their arms and were on the DL and what was it, Sam? 39 of them with Tommy John surgery. Ask them. Ask them if the pitch clock is a great rule.
How about we stop teaching these kids at 18 years old to throw 92 miles an hour?
Yeah.
That's another freaking problem that we're having. Everybody has to throw 106 now all of a sudden. No one likes to be like the Roy Halladay's who threw, 93, 94 at his peak and just command the strike zone. But no one paints the corners like Greg Maddux anymore. It's all 96, hit this. That's it. So that's another reason why a pitch clock is not. You know what? As somebody who has to frequently get the hell up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm glad baseball has shaved a half hour of dead time out of their games so I can get home at a decent freaking time.
By the way, to your point, Sam, who's a great knuckleball pitcher right now? Who's got a great submarine style?
None of them.
Exactly.
The only submarine arm you can think of is Tyler Rogers, and he's a relief pitcher.
The idea that you have to throw between 98 and 104 consistently is the reason why pitchers have blown out their arms. It's the reason why there's you don't have to throw that hard. Learn skill.
Yes.
But again, because they're doing that, the pitch clock, Sam and I discussed it even last year. We even spent a whole show on it. Because the arms do not get the opportunity to retract with their elasticity is why the arms are getting ruined.
Dude, you're talking about 30 seconds on a pitch clock.
Damn right. Exactly. And wear it out just like a rubber band, dude.
And you might have added another 15 without a pitch clock.
Dude, the game was never meant to be timed.
Oh, good
Never.
Lord.
The game was never meant to be timed.
If that is the most drastic thing that has altered the game of baseball, then that's a
No. Let's go. No, let me get into stupid rule number 2. Putting a guy on second base in extra innings.
That's a fantastic rule.
Jesus Christ. Are you fucking
Okay.
kidding me? You have got to be shit. You're just pissing me off just to piss me off. No, it is the dumbest fucking thing. You never earned that runner on the bag.
If that rule had been in effect in 2015, the Indians would have won the World Series. And it would have been, you would have thought it was the greatest rule ever because it would have got you a World Series.
It's a stupid damn rule, period. End of story. You do not have an earned runner on the base. No, it's stupid. Stop changing the damn game that way.
All right, let me ask you. All right, hold on. Let me ask you this one real quick. Do you think hockey goalies find it fair?
Hold on.
No.
Baseball keeps changing the rules to their advantage. Look at the steroid era. They didn't turn around and they had the most home runs and hitting in the steroid eras.
Do you know when steroids
100%.
Hold on.
And why was that? Because baseball was getting boring. All of a sudden, you get all these guys jacked. All these guys are cranking out all these home runs. Baseball's fantastic. You've got home run races. And then, oh, look. Now you had to go, uh-oh, we got in a little bit of trouble. Now we're back on the roller coaster, dip down.
George.
Then you turn around and you're in a lull. And then now, well, now we've got to change the rules again to make baseball back up to an
one
advantage.
of the biggest sports stories of the 90s. The reason why that had to happen, the Sosa McGuire home run race had to happen, was because of the 94/95 players strike. Because attendance was in the fucking toilet.
Right. I know. Every time baseball gets into the toilet, they need to come up with something to get it back up and out of there.
Hey, do you know when performance enhancing drugs and anabolic steroids were made illegal in the United States?
I'm sorry.
Do you know when they were made illegal? FDA said no. Do you know when they were made illegal?
They haven't.
They have been. Stuff like Dianabol, Winstrol, stuff like that. Things that.
When?
1983. Do you know when they were made illegal in baseball?
They have.
2003.
Right. That's what I said. You're wrong. It wasn't in 83. It's not.
The United States government outlawed steroids, certain types of steroids in the 80s because of health effects. They did. It was one of the major parts of the fucking report.
No.
Yes, George.
No.
Yes.
No. Because you can still use steroids.
How many
you can still use steroids. So it's not illegal.
Okay. Things like Dianabol, Winstrol, other forms of those steroids and growth hormones are absolutely illegal.
Okay, but you're starting to wear down your classification.
Dianabol is a steroid. Winstrol is a steroid.
Okay, like I said, you're starting to wear down your classification. Okay, I'm waiting for the rest of it.
I'm not. Those have been illegal since the 80s.
Right, but there are others that are not.
Okay, we're not going to argue semantics, George. You don't get you don't get to get mad because baseball changed a rule you don't like and now the game is ruined. Please go sit on your rocking chair on your front porch and yell at kids to get off your lawn.
If anything, the Ghost Runner has actually ticketed teams to actually small ball again. Bunt the fucking runner over, get him the hell in, instead of this whole launch angle. Let's hit the ball 900 feet every at back crap. Here's the thing. Do you think a goalie in hockey thinks it's fair that after an overtime where he's got teammates helping him, that he has to face 3 shooters one-on-one? No.
Oh yeah, that's that. Oh,
But guess what? Hold on. But in the playoffs, the NHL says, "Oh no, assholes, we're going 5 on 5, 20 minutes till someone wins this bitch." It's not like look, if the Ghost Runner was there in the World Series, which newsflash for everybody, the Ghost Runner in the postseason doesn't exist. They say, "We are going to play this stuff until somebody wins this shit." Because if there was a Ghost Runner in the World Series, the Blue Jays probably would have won the damn thing because Vladdy doubled to lead off that inning. The Ghost Runner is only a regular season rule. Nobody needs. I don't need to sit through 20 innings in mid-May for a game.
Also, the Ghost Runner isn't anything we haven't done in a fucking schoolyard.
It's Sandlot shit.
Yes. It's a game. It's a game. We're paying to watch people play a game. So why shouldn't it be a little bit of fun? You put a runner on second in extra innings. You know what that means? That means you actually have to have a little bit of a game plan and think about it. How are you going to hold that runner there? What pitcher am I going to use? Oh, I got to
put him in right off the get-go.
I got a lefty-lefty match.
You got to put him in the first inning. Start with the guy on second.
Why? Game just started. Now you're in extra innings.
No, you said that's what you want. It's a game. No, put him in the third. Put him in every other inning.
Why do you hate it so much?
Because it's not the way the game was meant to be played. That's why.
How do you know what Abner Doubleday envisioned the game was going to be when he invented it? I mean, you probably took the first scribing of rules down, but...
I was going to say, see, now you're getting there. I know. I talked to the man. I know this shit.
And first of all, damn it, can we stop acting like... I'm so sick and tired of hearing this. Oh, the rule changes and stuff is why baseball's stuff ratings and attendance are down. The fucking ratings and attendance are good for the teams that are actually good. You know what draws in baseball fans? Winning baseball teams. You know what doesn't draw fans? Teams like the fucking A's. That's what the problem.
It's not.
Oh, the A's won't have that problem in a couple of years. They'll be fine.
Okay.
Just like the Knights and just like the Raiders, you're going to have all the Vegas peeps peeping in and all the tourists peeping in, and that's how you fill up your stadiums. And
the problem. Arena. So, Sam, there's a modicum of truth to what you just said. The other part of it though is, why are we charging $12 for beer and $7.50 for a fucking hot dog?
Also agreed.
$37.50 for a nosebleed seat.
Also agreed.
That you can't take a family of 4 to a baseball game for less than $300 today.
Shoot, even the Crushers, you have to go over 100 now.
The Rubber Ducks are over 100, but I'd rather spend $100 at Rubber Ducks or the Crushers. And the Crushers are
come here.
But I'd rather spend that than $300 or $400 at an MLB game.
You know what? Last year, I turned around and made sure that I got Kel out of the house. Even this past year, even when they weren't our games, we went and watched the 13U or the 12U travel teams right here in town. And you know what it cost me? 2 20-ounce Cokes. I got to watch 7 innings of great baseball.
The Ghost Runner on second during the regular season doesn't matter. Because I don't think it really got implemented all that much. The pitch clock is a fantastic addition. I can't wait till they get to the uniform laser grid strike zone. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's and that's going to happen because you saw how shitty above and beyond. And I can't wait for this story in 20 years when they come out and say, "Yeah, we were told to, make sure that, we needed to make our jobs easier and blah 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 and our umpiring, it sucked." Cuz that's next. Because they really did the worst job ever this year on umpiring.
Oh, that's being generous. They've been god awful for a while, but
But this season specifically has been the worst.
no argument.
And next year, when they go to the whole robotic thing, the people who are going to be, bumming out the most about it is the catchers. Because guess what's going to go by the wayside? The frame job. Because that camera angle from behind the pitcher is going to show it all. And they're kind of hosed. It's like, well, sorry about the art of framing the pitch.
It was funny. I didn't even really look into that until you started bringing it up to me, and then I started noticing like these catchers. They don't even they're just there, glove on the ground, and then it's like
Yep.
it's up here, and I'm like, bro, what are we doing here?
Yep. That has been recent with the gloves staying on the ground. You go back a little ways, you're going to see the catchers always kept the glove out and up and into the spots where they were going. Now they keep the glove totally down, and then it's a quick snap up, a quick snap, and then they move it right into the strike zone. Because
the only catcher,
that's the new frame job.
The only catcher that's
go ahead.
The only catcher that I notice a lot of, because again, I don't watch much other baseball outside of my own team. The one catch that doesn't frame as much, like he still frames, but that still kind of keeps that old school balance of it, is JT.
Mm-hmm.
Real Muto keeps he's still an OG catcher. That's why he's got bad freaking knees.
Right. So next year's baseball should be even more interesting.
You're not going to replace umpires with robots anytime soon, but the strike zone will be.
Yeah.
They're already doing it in AAA, and it's had a ton of positive feedback from players.
Oh yeah, we already know. They already said that they were going to do it next year because they did it all in spring training on the major league level. So they already know it's coming. They already know it's coming.
It's going to be fantastic. I hope that in the postseason next year they just put a ghost runner on third to start the extra innings.
What a secondary lead.
All right, Sam. We're going to knock it off a little early.
Hey, as far as I didn't get kicked for saying my secondary lead joke.
It was a very interesting show. Very heated debates this evening. A lot of dueling going on this evening. Lots.
I thought that was absolutely.
I am sorry for anybody and everybody who tried to comment through Facebook for some weird reason. Even though that connection's still there for some dumb reason, it just did not want to pop up anybody. So this is just another reason why Facebook is going to eventually get eliminated here, and everything's strictly going to be off of YouTube. Sam, I know I caught you guys strictly on YouTube, I believe mostly last night as well. So Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep my YouTube more set up than the Facebook, because it's just not, Facebook's just having too many issues.
Thank you, by the way. You were actually subscriber number 260 for us yesterday, so thank you.
No problem. No problem at all. Glad to be of service.
Well, wait, since we're wrapping this up, I have a question. It's actually a dumb joke question, but it's not as bad as my other jokes. And you could say goodnight. We could say goodnight after this. I just have a question that does. It's really. It doesn't need to be answered.
It's a can of prunes.
No. Why do we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" when we're already there? That's all I have tonight. Good night, everybody.
That is. Hey, no, hang on a second. No, because that brings up an interesting thought. When whoever turned around and said, okay, make this part of a 7th inning stretch per se, who thought of that? And why would that's as they said in one of the old songs from back in the 90s before you were born? That's ponderous, man. That's really ponderous.
1890 or 1990? I just want to make sure we're on the same time frame here.
Could be 2090. You never know. Oh,
I don't want to be telling I don't want to be telling the person I meet in the future that I start doing vidcasts with about my old ages now. Come on now.
See? That's, well, I was going to say, we'll leave the people to think on that one. That's actually a good question. That's an interesting question.
Yeah, wait till next week. I got another one.
Well, we're going to have to figure out the answer to that one. Good thing we got a week to think about it. Oh, we will still try to see if our special guest, I know I informed Sam of said special guest, but we'll see if we may not be able to nail down that special guest maybe for next week. We'll have to turn around and check out his schedule. Hopefully he makes a response back and maybe we can get something done. Who knows? It could even be a 101. You never know.
Who knows?
Could be. In the meantime, Sam, what else you guys got? Anything going into 609 next week?
We'll save that announcement for next week.
No, I'm saying, you got anything upcoming for 609?
For this week, no.
Okay. Alrighty. No, I forgot. I've been very lazy about asking you and prepping for your show on that. So my apologies. I know I have not brought it up. I know I had not brought it up that often. Please do catch Sam and Tyler on 609 Mondays. 7 to 9 or 9:30 or 10, both on Facebook and YouTube every Monday night. Eastern time, by the way, Eastern. I was going to say, I need to mention that, especially I've got a few buddies who are now watching both of our shows who are over on the West Coast, by the way. So you may see a few new peeps. So just a heads up on that. For Sam, I'm G. Yes, no Zolt tonight. He did turn around and hit me up to let me know that he was under the weather. So we'll turn around and catch up with him next week. Until then, say it.
Say goodnight.
That takes care of the 4 minutes. Say goodnight, Grayson.
Good night.
Good night. I said say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night.
Good night.
So I said, well, flip a coin, and if it comes out heads, have your hair dyed.
And if it comes out tails, say goodnight, Gracie.